Welcome back. We're on Joshua chapter 12. Now these are the kings of the land whom the sons of Israel defeated, and whose land they possess beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise, from the valley of the Arnon as far as Mount Hermon, and all the Arabah to the east. Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, and ruled from Aroer, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, both the middle of the valley and half of Gilead, even as far as the brook Jabbok, the border of the sons of Ammon, and the Arabah as far as the sea of Chinneroth toward the east, and as far as the sea of the Arabah, even the salt sea, eastward toward Beth Jeshemoth, and on the south at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah, and the territory of Og, king of Bashan, one of the remnant of the Rephaim, who lived at Ashtaroth and at Edrei, and ruled over Mount Hermon and Salakah and all Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Maccathites, and half of Gilead, as far as the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the sons of Israel defeated them. And Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave it to the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh as a possession. Now these are the kings of the land whom Joshua and the sons of Israel defeated beyond the Jordan toward the west, from Baal-Gad in the valley of Lebanon, even as far as Mount Halak, which rises toward Seir. And Joshua gave it to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to their divisions, in the hill country, in the lowland, in the Arabah, on the slopes, and in the wilderness, and in the Negev, the Hittite, the Amorite, and the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. The king of Jericho, 1. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, 1. The king of Jerusalem, 1. The king of Hebron, 1. The king of Jarmuth, 1. The king of Lachish, 1. The king of Eglon, 1. The king of Gezer, 1. The king of Debir, 1. The king of Jeder, 1. The king of Hormah, 1. The king of Arad, 1. The king of Libnah, 1. The king of Adullam, 1. The king of Makkedah, 1. The king of Bethel, 1. The king of Tappuah, 1. The king of Hepher, 1. The king of Apec, 1. The king of Lasharon, 1. The king of Madon, 1. The king of Hazor, 1. The king of Shimron Meron, 1. The king of Akshbaph, 1. The king of Tanakh, 1. The king of Megiddo, 1. The king of Kadesh, 1. The king of Jokneam in Carmel, 1. The king of Dor in the heights of Dor, 1. The king of Goim in Gilgal, 1. The king of Tirzah, 1. In all, 31 kings. So the list of 31 kings conquered covers all the land and shows the kings whom Moses defeated east of the Jordan earlier, then those whom Joshua conquered west of the Jordan, including central, southern, and northern kings. This was possible due to the Lord's faithful help, which fulfilled his promises. God promised not only victory, but the land in his covenant with Abraham back in Genesis chapter 12. God never breaks a promise, so let's look at a few of his other statements and promises that apply to us today. John chapter 10, verse 9 says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. Acts chapter 2 tells us that whoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved, and that's seen in their act of obedience afterwards as well. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 9, and being made perfect, he, Jesus Christ, became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him. Titus 3:5 says, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and the renewing of the Holy Spirit. And finally, 2 Corinthians chapter 6 tells us that, behold, now is the favorable time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. So may we put our faith and hope in that. And thanks for being here, guys. God bless you. Thank you for another day. Take care.